Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now see, we covered this heading in explanation 4, the northern mountain walls, the Himalayas. All this
Hmm.
heading, all this is covered in explanation 4. Okay. Now we come on to the new heading, the Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra Plains
Ma'am,
or the.
I
Now this is your Indo-Gangetic. This is the Ganga River passage. Ganga River flows from here down till here. So this whole area is known as Gangetic Plains. And since Brahmaputra flows from here and falls down in Bay of Bengal, these areas are known as Brahmaputra Plains. Together, they are known as Northern Plains. Okay, this entire area. Am I clear till here? Moving further, the vast northern plains lie between the Himalayas in the north and the stable tableland of the peninsula in the south. So they are telling you the Gangetic, the northern plains, they lie between the mountains and the plateau region here. इनके बीच में पड़ता है. This is the plateau region, tableland, and this is the mountain region. So the northern plains lie in between them. Okay. In the far west of the plains are the Ravi, the Bias, and the Sutlej, the tributary of Indus, draining into Arabian Sea. Now see, in this area, in the far western side, western side of the northern plains, there are Bias River, Sutlej River, etc. And they all flow and fall from Pakistan. They fall into the Arabian Sea. Can you see the flow of this river? Can you see the flow? So all these rivers, they originate from here and they fall into the Arabian Sea. Clear? Then they are talking of the Ganga and its tributaries like Yamuna, Gandhak, Kosi cover the central and eastern part of the plains. Now see, Ganga uh, joined by Yamuna, Gandhak, Kosi, etc. They move from here and they fall in the eastern side in Bay of Bengal. Okay. Further east lies the Brahmaputra and its tributaries. Now, further east, this is the Brahmaputra, which falls into Bay of Bengal. And if you know, Brahmaputra originates in Tibet. From here, it flows, enters through Arunachal Pradesh, it enters and falls down in Bay of Bengal after crossing Bangladesh also. Now, Brahmaputra in India is known as Brahmaputra, but in China or Tibet, it is known as the same river has another name, and that is Sangpo. Tsangpo. ठीक है? Sangpo. P is silent. We don't say Tsangpo. We say Sangpo. Okay? That is the name of Brahmaputra river only. So we move on. The Brahmaputra is known as Sangpo in Tibet, as Dihang in Arunachal Pradesh, as Brahmaputra in Assam, and as Jamuna in Bangladesh. Now, see the different names. In China or Tibet, it is known as Sangpo. Then it enters, it is in Arunachal Pradesh, it is known as Dihang. The name of the river is Dihang. Then Assam, in Assam, when it enters, it is known as Brahmaputra. And in Bangladesh, when it falls in Bay of Bengal, the same river is known as Jamuna. Not Yamuna, but Jamuna. Yamuna we have here, okay, which joins Ganga. In India, it is known as Yamuna, whereas in Bangladesh, Brahmaputra river is known as Jamuna. Okay. The northern plains are formed by deposition of three main river systems, the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. Sand, silt, and clay brought down from the Himalayas by the permanent rivers formed this vast alluvial plains. The tributaries of the Ganga, the Indus, and the Brahmaputra have also contributed to the formation of the northern plains. So now these northern plains, this area is very fertile. Why? Because a lot of deposition from the mountains, the soil comes which is rich, alluvial soil, it reaches here and makes the northern plains very fertile. Okay. So the tributaries here, the Indus and its tributaries makes this area, Punjab area, very fertile. Then river Ganga, etc., with its tributaries make this northern area, that means Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal area very fertile. And this Brahmaputra here in Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, its tributaries, etc., they make the soil very fertile. So basically, the northern plains are fertile plains. Why? Because they are rich in the soil type, which is good for growing crops. Okay, that is why they are called northern plains or northern fertile plains. Okay, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra meet in Bangladesh as Padma and discharge into the Bay of Bengal at their mouth where they meet the sea. They form the triangular shaped Sundarbans Delta. It is the biggest delta in the world. Now see, Ganga coming from here enters Bangladesh. Brahmaputra coming from here enters Bangladesh. These two rivers, when they enter, they meet at a point. And at this point where Ganga and Brahmaputra meet in Bangladesh, that river is known as Padma. Okay. And then it falls down into Bay of Bengal and it also goes from Bengal area. Clear? That means in India, it goes from here also, this green area, and they form a huge delta. Now, what is a delta? Supposing a sea, this is the sea here. Okay, this is the sea here. Now, when a river flows and it is about to fall, it gets channelized into various channels before it falls down into the sea. Now, these channels, they form triangular piece of land. Can you see this piece of land? This piece of land between these two tributaries, this piece of land between two tributaries, this piece of land between two tributaries. So they form triangular lands and these are known as delta. Okay. So they form delta and the biggest of all the deltas which are formed here are the deltas of Sundarbans. They are formed from here till here, from Bangladesh to a part of Bengal also. Okay. See, this is the area. This is the Bengal. Can you see the Bengal area here? They form the deltas here from Bangladesh and from Bengal. This area makes the Sundarban deltas. Clear till here? Moving further. Just a second, children. Yes. These are the biggest deltas in the world. Okay, now importance of the northern plains. Let us see the importance of the northern plains. The northern plains are vast, fertile lowlands. They are the most productive regions. The
Excuse me,
fertile
ma'am.
alluvial soil, let me finish, and the rivers favor cultivation. They are the food bowl of the country. Hence, they are the most densely populated regions of India. Now, they are telling you that the northern plains, they are so fertile, rich in alluvial soil, such a lot of deposition from the rivers, so many rivers flow through this area. So these are the vast green lowland areas full of rich and fertile soil. So a lot of cultivation is possible in this area. And since a lot of cultivation and food is possible, it is also known as food bowl of India. Khane ka katora. Okay. And food bowl of India. Now, since it is good in production, so many people would love to settle here and live here. Why? Because earlier also, the early man also settled in where food was in plenty and next to the rivers. So this was the area which was very fertile and which is till date also very fertile. So it is a most densely populated region of today, even in today's times. Is this much clear to each one of you?
Yes, ma'am.